Hello, Divine Masculine, to a timeless reading of yours. Please bear in mind a few things before we get started. I am Master Seventh. I read these energies for you. Should you want to know what I am all about, who I am, what I do, please check out the description box below. I am a master healer. Should you like remote wellness of any kind and or tarot insights, you can find the link description on how to get access to me. You will also find that I am starting off a loyalty digital punch card, so should you want to inquire on that, details can be found below too. And you may benefit from my sister channel. Link is all available down yonder. Please remember that this is a timeless reading. Whatever brought you here, you may have caught a vibe and seen whether or not this vibe is decent enough for some decent storytelling time. Use your discernment to take all of that which belongs to you. Time is irrelevant. Past, present, and future energetic timelines could always come forth within a reading, for this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one. Please remember that as you leave the reading behind. All right, Divine Masculine. What does it mean to be Divine Masculine? Non-gender specific duality of feminine and masculine energy. That's what Divine Masculine is. It shares the same definition as Divine Feminine. Some of y'all Divine Masculines have had a very tough time being a Divine Masculine because the societal collective viewpoint has been antagonized. That wasn't mean what it means to be alpha male. How we got here to 2024, I don't fucking know. I expect the flying cars at this point. Not whatever this is. All right, Knight of Cups energy, masculine. What does it mean to be masculine in non-gender specific era? What does it mean to uphold your masculinity while also accepting that your masculinity is a composite of not only a whole understanding of your masculine self, but the femininity that keeps it erect? All right. Now, however that applies to you, whatever keeps something functional or not, is up to you to perceive and feel what is the inevitable feminine energy and the inevitable masculine energy that is not dictated and what label you throw it under. Okay? Even the rainbow can be a masculine rainbow. Divine masculine. I get it. It's a fucking confusing time. It's a confusing time, but I'm telling you, you are doing something. You are answering to your mother intuition. I'm being told to look at the bottom of the deck. So, ooh, like I said, I get it. I get it. You see this bullshit? You see this whole story that's trying to say the whole story as to why the Tower card is right here? This is the viewpoint of the world right now. Feminine and masculine energy in complete shithole. In complete shit. It has the whole question of what duality is has been put in a black hole for minions to figure out at this point. I get it. I get it. It's hurting. I get it. Let's see what's underneath this tower. It's hurting. I get it. Ether has it under control, though. I read cards however I see fit. Reversals mean absolute jack shit to me, for those of you who are paying attention. But whatever it is that you're trying to figure out with this wad of story that we don't care to dissect at this moment, the universe has it all figured out with the feminine energy. Behind the destructive masculine energy is divine feminine energy. Whether you like it or not, you are here because of feminine power. How you affirm your power, how you label your power is illegitimate to the cause. Let me show you why. Because to be accepted and victorious, balance of the Six of Pentacles and a balance of the Six of Wands doesn't give a shit how you feel. Because it's still going to be feminine energy that takes the boat. 505 for those who care. Let's tuck all these cards right back up where they were. You're not there yet, so why should we uncover it? But are you there? Yeah, because you're here. Masculine, keep up, keep up. There's a whole magical thing happening here. Alright, where is this the Knight of Cups going? Alright, the Nine of Cups is having to go into his or herself, alright? You have some balances to mark her off. Even if it just means recognizing there are things that are off, you need to label them, you need to cross them, you need to examine them, you need to acknowledge them, and you just need to see them at this point, okay? And you want to keep it hidden, the healing parts. You more or less don't even want to sign up for the term healing because, ooh, healing would, like, demasculate the masculine. A sad reality. True masculine loves feminine. Loves femininity. Starting with himself. Gets to express it however he or she wants. The cognitive dissonance, blowing off to all the people that you know that have a multifaceted viewpoint of what it means for them to be feminine or masculine energies, and whatever their consciousness wants them to pay attention to and to express at that time. It's whatever people's opinions are, that it doesn't matter, right? Alright, Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. So, the decisions that you have to make are wanting to more or less equalize, all right? Because we have even numbers here. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups, and then we have the Six of Swords. So in a name game of numbers, there's some harmony here, all right? There's something that the Knight of Cups is sure about, okay? If he can bring it to reason, he doesn't really feel secure about. But he is smart about his choices to get him reunited with his own feminine energy. And while he's doing it on that clever little quest little mind, he is getting bing, in line with his divine feminine. Alright? Now, check out the divine feminine reading, because we're going to come into the bubble context. Alright? The bubble context is whatever you think is the bubble of love. However you think it's either missing or questioned or euphoric in your life. Is a duality of feminine and masculine energy. And you compromisingly coming to that acknowledgement is what the push and pull of either arguments or harmonies or responsibilities or accountabilities or religious political views, religious views, belief, theology, philosophy, all those things. However, how different they may be or how similar they may be, you are adamant to bring your whole existence of swimming to accept it all. And while you learn how to accept that of which doesn't want to accept you, and accept that of which you don't want to accept either, and live amongst that harmoniously. Because that's the Six of Swords energy. You take what you put in, and you never shy away from what you did, because that means you're accountable for your actions. Learning your lessons, learning where you need to fit in, where you're a priority, without ever being asked, without ever being held responsible that you're lacking something. To be full divine masculine is to be full divine masculine without divine feminine at any kind externally telling you or needing to remind you of how much you are divine masculine. If you value the words from Divine Feminine, great. If you're cahoots as to why you're sitting here, then maybe there is no 360 feeling with oneself to bring oneself to feel so confident in what they're doing, to not bring an illusion that the other person that you're connected to at this time is a catapult of disaster. Maybe you're just lost on your own. Maybe they're not there to trigger you. Maybe they're to remind you where you are, what you're about. This is like what Cups reading would be, like just a flow of, well, I don't know, there's peaks and valleys to this logic. I don't really know what you're saying, but I kind of think what you're saying is right. I don't know. I'm a little lost. Yeah, this is the kind of feeling. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ. And if you're lost and you don't know why, I mean, how many people are in your life? How many people in your divine masculine life do you cater to? And then when you cater your version to that energy, is it exactly the same type of value you give to everyone? Which most likely is not the case. Because one candidate sees you for what you can give to them and they like, and the other candidate does the same. The other one of them is not looking in any kind of interest to you. They're more of taking what you're capable of and benefiting off of you. Well, the other one you're entertaining is an yearning of you and for you, that you decide not to entertain that because there is a fear of that person being more powerful than you, because you're a knight in the situation and they're a queen. You're dealing with powerful forces around you while you're figuring out what your powers are. Take the messages however they may resonate, okay? Sex has a lot to do with one thing. If one is feeling, if you're divine masculine stuck in between two universes, as in like left a house and entering another house type of thing, it's because you had sex with the individuals of both situations that keep you responsible and accountable for both. So, you know, that baby mama drama is coming in. As long as you don't know how to take that your own personal Queen of Swords energy and tame your own Queen of Wands energy. And bring those two energies together. Morph it into the wholesomeness of that it is you are. And then you have a better understanding of how to dictate your relationship with those powerful energies that you can learn off of, and vice versa. If they're around you, they're learning off of you here too with the Six of Cups energy. You have 2 2s, 2 6s. The Sun card. You may have felt a shift in this reading at any time before letting it go and feeling that that is a powerful notion. Okay, wherever it may hit home, especially in your chest. But you're answering to something most likely past life related. And your past life, a false twin, a false divine partner, of falseness, is that echo all the way in a distance corner asking you if you're truly going to let them go, because they refuse to let you go. But there's a power ricocheting through you as a divine masculine that has a shadow of high power divine feminine attached to it. If you were to zone in on that, if you were to fixate on that, if you were to reach within yourself for that energy, you'll reach your 360, understanding what it means to accept the feminine energy within yourself that may have been bruised along this way. And then by doing so, you subtly warp the 360 energy around you, and it closes. Okay, and when it closes, you have disconnected yourself from that fucking voice back here of the past saying, you really gonna let me go? I've let you go already. I've let you go. There's so many stories and lifetimes now in between of letting you go. For me to still hear you is your begging of misery, trying to remind me how powerful I am. So remember that of yourself, divine masculine. Look at that. Lover's energy. What's around you? While you're putting yourself in situations too, because some of y'all are karmic out there, all right? You are the Knight of Cups, and let's humble ourselves a little bit here. For those of you who think you're divine masculine, but you are entertaining a lot of people right now that are essentially, quote unquote, more powerful than you. And what I mean by more powerful, they understand this energy. They understand this energy. The major arcana influences of life that you yourself are reaping the rewards of, because you are deciding to mesh yourself with those people. You're attracted to a powerful alpha female or feminine energy, whether it's non-gender specific, okay? And I said the whole 360, like the sun 360 perspective of yourself, like the angel cloaking that wing over the feminine energy around himself, is how real the message is. Alright, taking all this. Alright, wow, the Queen of Swords is out. So, okay, wait a minute. As the tables turn and turning tables. Alright, so we have the King of Swords, which is the match for the Queen of Swords, okay? We have the Fool, we have the World, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit. So, what it suggests is that within all this is the Seven of Pentacles, which is the identity factor of the prime number of all existence, okay? 6 was afraid of 7 because 7, 8, and 9. That's how close you're heeding the call of your own divine masculine powers and showing up to that masculinity. How the world dictates of what it means to be masculine is still up to your decision, your independency, your vulnerability, and your fucking cloak of truth. As long as you take that knowledge of what you speak resonates deeply with that of which it is you're unfolding for yourself. Because there is such thing as being wrong in life, because that's consequential. It's an inevitability. But as long as you show up to accountability of the factor, well, then you've matched that King of Swords energy. And what's interesting, the King of Swords energy may or may not be you, divine masculine. It could be either the competition that sees his or her Queen of Swords doing her shit, and because he is distracted being the king to his kingdom, he knows that his divine counterpart is doing her shit for their union to be together, because he sees what he sees, and that which he sees he is loyal to. The Queen of Swords in the situation in the beginning that pays attention to the Knight of Cups is that relationship that no longer is serving to the Queen of Swords, without the Queen of Swords speaking that truth. Because she sees the connection from far off distance that she has with the King of Swords, wherever he or she may be. Whether she is responsible for keeping the King and the Knight of Cups entertained at the same time is up to however this reading may resonate to you. But this King and this Queen, they're united in more ways than one. And what this proves is no matter how you're going to come in terms with your feminine energy, you are the king of your own kingdom to uphold both energies and be divine masculine. Alright, we're going to get some cards from my deck. I'm a major arcana frequency developer, and that I have changed story. Info for you shall become in the future. I am a one-person show here, so it will take us however long it wants to for it to be ready. Some information about that can be found in the description box below. But for that, stay tuned for the rest. All right. Again, we're showing that 7 of Pentacles. You're standing erect in your power. You're no longer looking at situations from a distant point of view. You're owning up to everything and stacking yourself accountably, showing up for that. All right. You're standing tall, basically. Okay. You're standing tall with that of what you have, even if it's minimalistic. 10, Moon. In doing so, you're taking the negative aspects that you can't really get out of, but they're in charge of reminding you what you left behind to become a rock of existence, collecting the matter of light that hasn't been acknowledged, more or less, because that's the light being grasped by the sun, from the sun, and the moon is saying, I'll hold on to the light from the sun for you, no problem, while you go rest. That's your attitude. That's your attitude wanting to come to the forward, all right? And be ready to show in action and step up to the platter about how to get things done. Doing all that motion, of emotions, that's all moon energy working in the background, while it's in the foreground, soaking up all that energy, but doesn't know what yet to do about it. So it's just gonna take it for what it is. And while it's doing that, it happens to trigger things. And what it triggers is usually attention away from itself. Like you look up in the moon, it's like, oh, the moon. Well, the attention got drawn away from the moon because the more you get looking at the moon, you start labeling it with everything that it's not. The light of the moon, it's not the light of the moon, it's the light of the sun. Oh, it's illuminating. It's not really illuminating, it's bouncing off. Well, we're seeing the moon. You only get to see one side of the moon, so you're getting half of the situation. The moon is a conspiracy of itself for the wonder that it brings. And the biggest reset to how the frequency of Earth wants to dictate for itself. Because that's where the binary coding of ether comes in and says, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I want, and this is what I don't want. The power of the moon, however it exists, whatever it is in charge of that binary coding. To swim in that power, to swim in the possibilities of how new moon and full moon could be a benefit for you, is to accept the 360 mystery of 1, seeing one side of the moon, and 2, never seeing the other. Ooh, yes. Okay, all right, we have the King of Wands, Hanged Man, and the Page of Cups. So we're ending with what we're beginning, more or less, but we're ending in a way that is familiar, but sensitive. We went from the Knight of Cups back to the Page of Cups, and we're like, wait a minute, all right, hold on, reset. You hold up, what? I gotta do what now? You gotta take yourself seriously. You got to take the feminine energy that has been bruised within yourself seriously, because you have had expectations of what your divine feminine ought to be, what he or she ought to do, then you ought to have done for it to be a perfect tic-tac-toe game with each other. Starting with yourself. Being proud of your masculinity and the magic of that of which it is that you are, with the King of Wands energy. All right, divine feminine. I don't think so. Woo! I just insulted y'all. I'm so sorry. Divine masculine, I'm wishing you a wonderful journey towards the discovery of the divine masculine. You see how I turned that shit around? May you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. And should, again, you would like any of my services, the information can be found down yonder. May you have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. Take care, divine masculine.